Alright, guys. I said guys. Fourth and maybe final review for now. I might post more later today, which, I've already posted 4, but I've posted more in a day before. If any of you guys remember my rank up survival dungeon video grind, you'll know that this is nothing for me. But still, I put a lot of effort into these. Alright, so let me go over his lore first. Koi lived in a Koi lived in a fish tank at Kihaku's house. He was so fascinated by the master's skills that one day he jumped out of his tank to join him in practice. Oh my god, that's amazing. What a Chad koi fish. As Koi grew up, he learned Kihaku's combat secrets and skills too. When he was ready to fight, the master gave him a stage name, the Koi Boy, and guided his first steps as a fighter. Well, now I love it. And one thing I will say that I love about this monster is that I can actually use him. Like, you remember Hard Nut Gorilla? I was so disappointed that I couldn't use him because he wasn't an actual taunt or mega taunt monster. But this guy is. He's not just a pointless tank. ML has been releasing so many taunt and mega taunt monsters, but also so many pointless tanks that are really unusable. Alright, so rank 1, we got Hardened. Umbrella status, umbrella trait hardened. 20% less accuracy to land anything against you is exactly what it sounds like. It will come in handy about 75% of the time, because most attacks are like 95% accuracy, probably less. So yeah, it's whatever. Now, I actually really like this cooldown immunity. Now, of course, you got the people who are always going to be like, they should have had immune to torture and immune to control. But honestly, I feel like immune to cooldowns does a bit more, because you want to reapply your Megaton, right? You can't do that if they activate your cooldowns, which, as the Megaton monster, you're taking all of the denial. So, of course you're going to get hit with cooldowns. But this way, you can always reapply. You can always do your denial, which is a really cool thing that he does have. And, yeah. And then, rank 3, you have, of course, your status caster, Megaton, 3 turns. I love this. Receives all damage. He's gonna be, my second actual Megaton monster. Well, actually, my first. Because my first would have been, Hornroot, but you all know the situation with him. He gets his Megaton at rank 4, which is, impossible. Master of Repeat deals low water damage to all enemies. 0 cooldown, 24 stamina. There's some that like this. I don't see it as useful. 1 with water, 18 stamina, 0 cooldowns, spammable freeze. I like it. I don't know if... yeah, you should definitely consider running this. Just because, let's say... Because if you have a Megaton monster, he's not your denier. He could be more of your secondary denier with good dots. So, being able to, let's say everyone's stunned and one guy was fast enough to where he's not stunned anymore, you can freeze him. So I really do like that. Against the Tide to 1 ally, which is probably... Yeah, you can only do this to yourself, because it says to itself. 1 ally is always very deceiving. Apply stamina regen and 50% damage protection to itself. So on a low stamina cost, on the middle stamina cost, and then 1 turn cooldown, you could rely on this, but that won't do you much, right? Because he does a lot of stamina regen and damage protection, so you don't need it here. Not in my opinion. Dragon Twister, low AoE water damage and applies drown to all, requires cooldown. 2 turn cooldown, 44 stamina. No, that's way too high for that. Just a low water with drowned. Alright. Dukin. I really love this. The idea that he's a Megaton monster, but still a fighter, and he can do a fire, what is it called? Hadouken? Yeah. So, moderate fire damage, which, it's not about the moderate fire damage, it's about the fact that it gives burn, a 4-turn dot that's really useful. If you watched my video earlier on Draco, you know how powerful burning is against nature monsters. So applies burn to one enemy and stamina regen to himself. So he won't himself have to worry about stamina regen since he can give it to himself in an attack. I would love this if he was an attacker. I don't know if his strength stat is high enough that you can run him like that, but whatever. 46 stamina, ooh, pretty hefty, but you're gonna regain more the next turn. And 2-turn cooldown, that's your basic. Water spout, I love this move so much, man. Okay, so deals low water damage to all enemies, that's whatever. Applies freeze to all enemies, an entire AoE denial on your Megaton monster. Like, when there was maremotus, he could do a single freeze and single mega freeze, but I was like, yeah, that's so great, but it's not an AoE freeze, because AoE freeze, boom, entire team is immobilized, and you can really take advantage with your attacker. And boom, he can do it. I really like that. I don't know, it gets me so happy. And damage protection. Damage protection is one of the better protections. Like, it's actually better than a 50% shield, because 100% of your life plus 50 is 50% more life. But you can heal and it'll last longer. So yeah, on a higher stamina cost, 40, oof, kind of stiff, but you know, you get your stamina regeneration down here, so it doesn't matter. And 3-turn cooldown, that's about what you expect for an AoE denial on a non-denier monster. I still really like that. And this is for your dodge area monsters, you know, you always need a single version. So applies drowned and freeze to one enemy, so you deny them with an extra dot. That's always a nice addition. And if they were immune to control or immune to torture, you hit one or the other. And if they're Draco, you have the elemental advantage, funnily enough. Applies and so just like this, it also applies a damage protection to himself. So first off, a denial with a dot with a protection on a 1-turn cooldown and decent stamina cost is amazing. I love that, right? And not only that, but like damage protection, you can't see the effect right here because it only shows 2 at a time, but he gains a buff here. It's so amazing. So on a 1-turn cooldown, you can cycle it kinda. And knockout, deals moderate water damage to one enemy, applies drown to one enemy, applies Megataunt to itself. So this is how you reapply Megataunt, with an attack. I love it. He's a fighter. So this is, though, on a very high stamina cost, 48 stamina, and a pretty high cooldown cost, 3-turn cooldown. But honestly, he's a Megataunt monster. Usually, I would not expect them to be this viable. I'm talking about the free, easy Megataunt monsters, not like King Autumn or Fropsy. Like, yeah, I really like him. And then he's got an armor and a trap relic, which is actually really good relics for a Megaton monster. One to give you more sustainability, and the other one to take a little bite at anybody who attacks you. So honestly, I suggest a Wormholes trap is the best trap to be running on a monster like him. I like that. I like this. He can reflect damage back. You could do it as a stamina relic, but like, that's unnecessary. And get a little bit of armor in there. So yeah, you run him as a tank. Only reason people like him and Darko only have like 1 Vern slot unlocked is just because I'm saving up to get Omnia in a Tails event soon, and I cannot afford to unlock them right now. But let me show it off. So, boom, I love Draco. Ignite to all. And then, boom, extra dot. Now you have Megataunt. And then, let's say you give burn, and you just feel like taking more damage. And boom, look, if he wasn't immune to freeze, I could freeze with a little protection to me. So look, boom, I love that attack. It just punches him, and now I have damage protection and Megataunt while freezing and drowning him. It's a great combo. So yeah, pretty amazing Megaton monster. I really like him. I can't say he's better than all the other OP ones we've been getting lately, but I can say he's great. In my mind, he's a must-have. Definitely pick him up. He's a great water Megaton monster. We don't get that every day. So yeah, pick him up. I like him a lot. And that's about it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it useful. If you did, leave a like to support the video. Support me in the algorithm. I put a lot of love into these videos. I made 4 today, so a little bit of support would go a long way. It always makes my day to see I have a like, because I'm like, what? People like this? You know? Like, it's still so special. Leave a comment down below. Do you like him? Do you not like him? What is he missing for you? Like, personally, he's a complete package for me. And yeah, boom, look, he gave him Ignite, and that's what killed him. So yeah, leave your thoughts, comments down below. Leave anything, really. I love responding, you know? I love my community. And yeah, subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are at 104 subscribers at the time of recording. And I said recording funny. At the time of recording. And that's an amazing milestone, and I can't wait to see where this channel goes. So feel free to join the Crab Army before we reach 200, because, you know, only 100 people got to join before 100 subscribers. So are you going to miss out again? I don't think you wanna. With that said, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great day. And that's about it. Your favorite Omni-Crab signing out.